actually see the submarine. So you guys should be getting the pop culture reference. Right, Vasily? Hey everyone, welcome back to the multiverse of beer and music. I am your host, Dr. Tangent, and we have got a really good night planned. Let me tell you, we are going to be drinking another lovely barrel-aged stout from Avery Brewing out of Boulder, Colorado. If you caught last week's episode, which was technically supposed to be my St. Valentine's Day episode, but I had to go fight the dispute battle against the big evil music companies. This will be the second offering from Avery. You can watch that other video right there. They're a fun brewery, Boulder, Colorado. Started kind of by a father and son. The son convinced his father to use some of his retirement savings to fund starting a brewery, and they've grown by leaps and bounds. They are crushing it out in Boulder, Colorado with a national distribution footprint now. But they do this series of barrel-aged one-offs, usually with big stouts. This happens to be a Russian Imperial Stout called One Ping Only. If you look close at the label, you can actually see the submarine. So you guys should be getting the pop culture reference. Right, Vasily? What do they have to say about it? Number 63 in our gold foil barrel aged series. One Ping Only is a Russian Imperial Stout aged in bourbon barrels with tart cherries. Smooth, bold, and delicious, and comes in at 13.6 ABV. So it's a biggin. But let's take a look. Ooh, I smell complexity already. Beautiful, fairly viscous looking as I pour. Not much of a head, and the head that's there is dissipating fairly rapidly. Pretty much what you would expect from a Russian Imperial, a barrel-aged stout, I mean. When you age something in a barrel, you pick up a lot of very desirable things, but one thing you tend to lose is some carbonation and head retention. I can smell the cherries. They're definitely present, but you get a whole lot more. It's very, very complex, very layered. I'm getting the booziness. I'm getting like cognac, leather, fine tobacco kind of aroma. And I'm getting some dark fruits, some like raisin, prune. But let's see what we get on the palate. Hooah! That is good, but definitely a huge curveball. On the aromas, you get a very sweet leaning, boozy kind of cognac sipper. On the palate, you get a whole lot of dark, bitter chocolate, roasty coffee. Right on the tip of the tongue, very first sip, you get the sweetness, you get some cherry, you get some dark fruit notes. In the finish, I'm adding into that roasty bitterness, not overpoweringly bitter. It's a very nice bitterness, very balances the sweetness very nicely. I'm getting the cognac leather notes, the aging on the beer. Yeah, totally much more than what you would expect just looking at the cover. And that actually combines very nicely with the song we're going to be looking at tonight. It's new. The song is the first from a new band, and you've probably never heard of the band. The band's out of Spain. The band is called The Cost. But you may have heard of El Estepario Siberiano. Also known as the Groovefather. He's an internet sensation. His name is Jorge Garando. He's from Valencia, Spain. And he made it his ultimate goal to become an internet sensation. And he's an internet sensation, but he's an internet sensation, in my opinion, for all the right reasons. The man has incredible drum talent. I mean, you can't deny that. That's friggin' amazing, right? So he's been in bands, but he has a new band. That's who we're going to look at tonight. And that kind of relates to the joke in the thumbnail. Jorge is Spanish. He is teamed up in this trio with Irishman Peter Connolly on guitar and vocals, and Chris Atwell, a Brit, on bass. Both of those individuals studied music at university, and both ended up going to the Berklee School of Music in Valencia, Spain. So that must be where they met. You'll see get a lot more information about their backgrounds. It's pretty varied, pretty amazing. And to be honest, the song wasn't what I was expecting either. Just like this beer came through in a very surprising way, giving me a lot more than I expected. The song we're going to listen to tonight is called Not For Me. And let's see if it gives you more than you expect, especially if you know about the Groovefather. But let's check it out. See what I mean? That was friggin' awesome. I don't know about you, but being familiar with El Stapario Siberiano and his YouTube content, I was fully prepared for that first bit. I was fully prepared for hard, rocking, proggy, amazing heaviness, which is kind of my initial expectations of this beer. But and I wasn't I wasn't disappointed in the least. It starts right off with that agonizing bend back and forth, just uh, torturing you and making you anticipate what's coming next. And it was heavy, grinding, just everything that I expected and wanted uh, to hear from this band. But then suddenly it just smoothed out into that first verse. It smoothed out into this kind of uh, ominous groove that was very comfortable, yet left you expecting something. But that was just a pretty amazing change right into the verse. But then it flips into this bridge, and suddenly it's like the Prague girl from Ipanema. I mean, there's this huge jazz swelling to it, and it's just fantastic. It's really showing. I'll put links below to Peter and Chris's jazz band, so you can see where these guys musically have come from, and you really feel that. And I think they blended it in such a gorgeous way. It didn't feel like some prog bands can ram through style changes or hard time signature changes, and it seems like they're doing it just for the sake of being complicated. No, this was seamless and smooth and just carried you right along. And it really, this will probably get me some hate, but it really made me think of Sting, some of his solo work, and it just was melodic and gorgeous, and then it slammed you right back into that chorus, which was back to the heavy slamming stuff from the beginning, and you come full circle a couple times. They also throw in that very uh, sludgy in a wonderful way proggy breakdown just before the final reprisal of the chorus that, man, just leaves you amped, doesn't it? Aren't you amped? It should be amped. Let me compose myself. So that was the cost. I am super excited to hear a ton more and really hope these guys come to the States because I want to go see that band. That is awesome. This beer is pretty awesome too, but is definitely a curveball, just like the band. As it's warmed even more, I'm getting more of the fruit notes, especially on the finish. All that good roastiness is still there. The bitter chocolate, the coffee is still there, but I'm getting more, a little more of the cherry up front and a little more of the raisin prune on the back end. Very enjoyable drink. If you like what I'm doing, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe. When you subscribe, hit that notification bell because I'm putting out new content at least once a week, and I'd hate for you to miss any of it. But more importantly, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Did you like the cost? Should I do more cost? I'm sorry. Should I do more from the cost? Yeah, I'm probably gonna anyway, so I don't care what you say. But no, I really do care what you say. Is there something you want to know? Is there a beer I should try? Is there a band I should check out? Is there a genre of music I am overlooking in this vast multiverse of beer and music? Let me know. But until next time, dear internet friend, keep drinking.